Hey there, fellow wet shavers, Brian at the Wet Shave Experience. Thanks so much for tuning into today's video. Today's video, we will be featuring 345 Soap's Rendezvous, along with the matching splash. I will be using the Aylsworth Razors Drakant prototype razor for the second time. This does have a second use Nasset blade in there. I used it for the first time yesterday. I have matching with the red theme, I do have the Aplha Shaving Bullgoose collaboration brush. This is called the Bullgoose, and this is anodized aluminum on the bottom, black, and then red on the top. It's got a synthetic, I think it's their G4 knot in it. We got the Lancaster Razor Works bowl, and we are all lathered up in the bowl there. And I'm ready to get started. So let's wet the face. Kind of out of my normal routine today. It's the middle of the afternoon. So I think I'm just gonna do a 2-pass shave today, only because I wanna try to get back to the morning tomorrow. And this razor is actually really efficient. And I feel like if I do all 3 passes, there's not gonna be much growth in the morning when I'm hoping to shave tomorrow. So, let's get started. Happy Valentine's Day to those of you who are celebrating Valentine's Day today. I am not working today, so a lot has changed. I know I've kind of made some general statements into having a lot going on and this and that and what's going on in my life and personally, and I haven't made as many videos lately. And part of that is because my job is changing. I was informed, back at the end of September that my job would be eliminated. And I had my last day at work a week ago from last Friday. So there was the whole stress of that going on. And so I worked for a few months, several months, knowing that my job was going to be eliminated, and trying to find a new job and everything else on top of our house being built and all kinds of other family dynamics going on. It just ate up a lot of time and mental capacity to kind of process all that. I had been at my employer for 15 years. And so, it was kind of a big shock in many ways. And so I am in the pharmacy industry, not pharmaceutical sales, but I am a pharmacist, and I ran a small regional chain of pharmacies in the Pacific Northwest. They recently decided that they were going to get out of the pharmacy business entirely as a retail company, and they sold their files to a large national chain. And that took several months to transition all those stores over to the national chain. And so I was kind of incentivized with a retention option to stick around and help make sure that transition went smoothly. So I did that. In the meantime, trying to find what my next opportunity would be. And so now my wife and I have had a lot of conversations, and what I'm going to do is actually open up my own independent pharmacy not too far away from where we're at. And so now I'm in the whole business planning stages of that. So I got a fairly decent little severance package on my way out. And I'm kind of using that money and the time to kind of set up this independent pharmacy that I'm opening. And then we got another, so it's my wife and I, and then we got another couple business partners, another friend of mine and his wife. And we're going to actually end up opening 2 locations within a couple of months of each other, and then hope to maybe create our own little regional chain. So that's kind of the goal, but there's a lot to set up a business that, when you work for a large company, you take a lot of things for granted. Like you have an HR department, you have an accounting department, you have all this stuff that we have now become. So anyways, a lot of stress going on in my life, just a lot of time and effort and everything else. And so that's part of the reason why my shave videos have been sort of hit and miss, hiatus. And so anyways, I've kind of alluded to that, but didn't really want to come out and say anything until I kind of had a plan of what's happening, what's going on. and so forth. There's only a small number of people in the community that kind of were aware of my personal situation. So anyways, thanks for sticking with me through this time. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you've been a long-time subscriber, thank you for continued support. If you're watching this video for the first time, please consider hitting that subscribe button below. If you like anything I say today or anything has been helpful to you, hit that thumbs up button and like the video. That also helps the YouTube algorithms. All right, so let's get into the second shave with the Drakant. Yesterday was my first shave. This is a prototype razor put out by Caleb Aylsworth, now known as Aylsworth Razors. He's out of Ontario, Canada. If you did not see my unboxing or my last video, this is a 3/16 stainless steel razor. It weighs, I think I rated at 95 grams. It is a 3.5-inch handle. It has a 0.073 millimeter blade gap. It is neutral blade exposure. And it has a 24-degree shave angle, which means that the top cap angle is more shallow and is more reminiscent of a carve Christopher Bradley, which you see here on the right. This is in brass. So the top cap geometry is more shallow and I guess a little bit flatter than you would see in, hold on. I'll just do this for comparison because Caleb himself has compared it. That's the wrong one. I will find it. 1, 2, here we go. This is the Overlander. I've only used it once on the channel, I think, but the Overlander has a larger shave angle, I guess you would say, or not as shallow of a shave angle, more arched. So you can see the differences in those two there. So this is definitely, let's see if I can get the 3 in there. I don't know if you can tell, but this is definitely more like the middle one in its geometry than the Overlander on the left. Now the Overlander is slightly different because it has positive blade exposure. This is also in brass, so that makes it different as well. But Caleb himself has said that he feels like the Drakant is sort of a combination of both razors. You get the shave angle that you do on the Christopher Bradley from Carve, but you get the efficiency, the blade feel, and everything else that you get from the Overlander from Carve. And so he calls it kind of a mix between the two. And I'm losing, kind of talking so much, I'm kind of losing my lather here. So put that back around the face and on the neck here. So I got a good shave yesterday. I did get a little bit of a nick, but I think that's just more of just not respecting the shave angle so much. So when you have a shallower cap, you find yourself more riding the cap, if you will, through your shave, rather than your typical 30-degree angle that you might see with some other razors. You're just kind of more out here like this, than closer to the face like this. So I think, you know, for me, that was just a moment of lapse of paying attention. I don't really get any appreciable blade feel on this at all. I certainly would not describe this as an aggressive razor. It's definitely on the mild side, particularly if you get the angle dialed in right. And I found it incredibly efficient. I wouldn't necessarily call it the most efficient razor I have ever used, although it's probably close and up there in that. I got my polo shirt on today because I had a a Zoom call with a vendor today. So like I said, we're setting up all this stuff for our business, and we got to do, like, you know, get an accountant and an attorney and payroll processing and HR support and a pharmacy software system. And so just kind of doing all of that legwork. We're hoping to open our pharmacy by the first part of April. So that's my job in between now and then. And again, my wife's pretty involved. She does have another job. Fortunately, she has benefits through her job, which we would have been on anyways. So we didn't lose our healthcare benefits through this process. So that's been good. But anyways, so just a lot to set up. So my job, along with the other partner's job, is just to get this business set up. And since I'm the one that's kind of not otherwise working, I am the one that's going to be doing a lot of the legwork, although everybody else is doing a lot of work as well. And I think I might have rubbed myself on my chin right there. So what do you get when you start talking and you're not paying attention? So I would say I don't really get a lot of blade feel. It's appreciable, but that doesn't mean you don't have to, you still have to respect the blade and know that it's there. So I wouldn't fault the razor on that as much as I would fault myself. So this razor does go on pre-sale on Friday, this Friday. So I'm gonna link both Caleb, the Aylsworth Razor website and the Instagram in the description below if you are interested in this razor. It's a beautiful razor. I mean, I really love the look of the handle. The weight is nice and everything else. And I think it shaves really well. Like I said, it's super, super efficient. And so I'm only gonna do, like I said, 2 passes today because I hope to do a shave in the morning tomorrow. I had a couple calls this morning and I got the kids off to school and it was Valentine's Day, so I had to get their Valentine's stuff in order for their classes and all this kind of stuff and make a lunch for my son. So I got tied up this morning before our Zoom call. So you can see a little blood right there, but nothing major. I mean, it's not really a cut as much as it is just a slight abrasion. Let's talk about the scent. I don't want to ignore the scent because I know this just dropped this last Saturday from 345. So this is an excellent scent in my opinion. It's a cologne dupe. So it's a dupe of Versace's Pour, I don't even, I mean, I'm going to butcher it. I'm going to just say Pour Homme. Pour Homme. I think you don't pronounce the H. Pour Homme. I'd say scent strength on this is a kind of a high medium, so I'm going to give it maybe 6, 6.5 on the scale of 1 to 10 in terms of scent strength. I'm going to give you the scent notes. So top notes are lemon, bergamot, neroli, rose de mai. Middle notes, hyacinth, cedar, clary sage, and geranium. Base notes, tonka bean, amber, and musk. I just get a very nice cologne vibe. I don't really get musk. It's not real musky. Get the nose there. It's not real musky. It does have the lemon, bergamot, neroli on the top, but it's not overly citrusy. I think the citrus is fairly muted. But overall, to me, it's a really nice scent. I typically am a fan of most cologne dupes, so I'm enjoying it. So this comes to you, it's in the Trinity base, which is a really nice base. I am part of the subscription club. Those of you who watch the channel know that. So I order it directly through 345's website. And so I get a monthly shipment. You get a discount if you do it that way. The nice part about the subscription is if there's something that's coming out where the scent notes don't look up your alley, you can just let John Patton know, the owner of 345, and say, hey, I'm gonna opt out for the next month. It's just not a scent that I think I'm gonna like. I did that myself back in the fall, coming into winter, where some of the fall scents had some scent notes, the cinnamons and spices that I don't really care for typically. I just didn't want to take the chance on it. And so I opted out. And so that's a nice part. So you're not committed every month to having to take something if you don't want it. And then you also get access to other things and other discounts that aren't necessarily open or available to the general public. So like I got the Safari set, which is based on, I think, Ralph Lauren's, the Rendezvous set, which is based off of Ralph Lauren's Safari scent. I got that for 20% off if I ordered through his website. And then I ordered that because it came out first. I just asked John to hold it for the monthly shipment, which was the Rendezvous, and he sent them together. And so he's really easy to work with. So if you're considering 345, you might want to look into the subscription. I'll link the scent there. If not, you can purchase them on the Razor Company's website. I know this is available on both sites. Again, dropped on Saturday. So if you like cologne scents, this might be up your alley. 345 tends to be on the stronger side scent strength wise. This is no different. I would give it 6.5-ish plus or minus, maybe 7-ish. Overall, to me, it's just a really nice scent. I know I did miss on a couple of the recent 345 scents, but I do, and I am a fan of 345. It's at $16.95, I think, for 5.8 ounces. So it's less than $3 an ounce for super high quality soap base. So I think you cannot go wrong there. I'll give you a look at the pour. That's the pour there. I'm gonna rinse the face here, and then we'll get into the post. All right. So I've only got a limited time with this razor, so I wanted to shave with it. So I'll probably be shaving with it for the next few shaves. And then I have to mail it along to its next home. So again, thank you, Caleb, for the opportunity to preview this razor. There are 3 razors circulating around, one on the West Coast. I was the first to get it here on the West Coast, one on the East Coast, and one up in Canada. So this will be it's designed in Canada. It'll be manufactured in the USA when it goes on pre-sale. I don't know who's manufacturing it for Caleb or for Aylsworth Razors, but it will be a contract manufacturer. So look for the pre-sale, like I said, if you're interested in this razor on Friday. I don't know what time, and I'm not sure if there's a limited number available or he's just getting pre-sale, so he kind of knows how many to order in that first order. But let me get the post on here. So Rendezvous. It is Valentine's Day, so appropriate red, rendezvous. So hopefully if it's in the cards for you, you're having a nice rendezvous. You'll have a nice rendezvous at some point today. Yeah, nice scent. This is definitely one of probably my top 3, 4, 5 scents now. I'm a big fan of a few others that have come out by 3, 4, 5. They're all good. It's just, everything's personal in terms of scent preferences or in terms of any of your preferences, but for anything wet shaving, but scent is very subjective, and this just kind of is in my wheelhouse, I would say. All right, so 3, 4, 5 Rendezvous, Aylsworth Razors, Drakant prototype stainless steel razor. And then we had I'll get the soap off that. This is what it looks like. So this is our Bullgoose Aplha Shaving brush. And I appreciate you tuning in today, folks. Hopefully you have a good Valentine's Day, and we'll see you soon on the channel. Thanks for tuning in.